Hey, how are you doing? And welcome to this very live stream that we are currently having here. And yes, I just noticed I didn't update settings for... Yes, I'm so professional here. Hello and welcome to Final Fallacy live stream, number 2 development blog. Here, you know, I've of course been developing this game for a long time, but now been doing these active live streams almost every day. And yes, I wanted to actually do a development stream today, last day, but I was unable. So for people who don't know, basically I'm making a game, and it's going to be quite a lovely little RPG game, to be exact. Final Fallacy is its name, and I'm hoping it's going to be something that people will want to play. That's my plan. We shall see, will that be true or not. And I want to thank you and welcome you to the stream. As you see in the screen, we have donators. Original OG $15, Jelly Duck $10, Jelly Duck another $10. These people help us go through with these videos and with these live streams. I live stream every day with variety of content, and it's a pleasure to see you here today. Hopefully we're going to be seeing you here more, and I hope we're going to be also liking and sharing this video. And if you are new around here, also subscribe, because we're going to do active music content, overall on many different avenues. So, you know, it would be lovely to have you on board, but we shall see, Now let's open the comment section and see how we will be going. So basically, game development is the thing. Oh yes, I'm kind of, you know, I'm not like a master game development or anything, but still I'm doing these streams very much. And this is kind of like my main job right now, to make this whole thing ready, because I think there's a potential. I think there's interested people. Like, I know that there are RPGs around there, but like so many of them I think are superficial in their creation. Well, of course, nothing against like a simple RPG adventures, but I want to do something a bit bigger, something that is not done. That's my idea, and Final Fallacy is going to be the game for that. So let's see. Welcome. Let's go with our test comment over here. Here we go. Welcome. Oh boy. And let us do some settings over here, as we so we are able to get everything ready without a hitch. Yes. They're being swimming a lot, doing badminton, all of these things that you need in life. You know, badminton, of course, is quite a game. You should try it. I tell you, it's quite fun actually. Now let me open some screens over here, and let's get in action. Hey, crystal clear! I appreciate having you here. We have already a few people watching this stream. Very well. We're listening, by the way, I'm actually put here on the screen. As you can see, we are currently listening Lara Croft Tomb Raider 6 Hi. Dark Angel soundtrack. Hello there, 16 crystal clear. Hopefully you're interested to see some Final Fallacy progress. Now we're going to be doing some weapon animation today, and I've already done few ones. And basically, at least we're going to be doing swords, hopefully some spears as well. And basically some weapons that I'm going to be having in the demo version of Final Fallacy. So in case you don't know, Final Fallacy is this game that we're doing. It's open world RPG, roguelike. I think those are the ones that describe it. Basically a kind of like a 2D Skyrim, essentially open world, but instead of Skyrim just like running around, there's actually a story here. But at the same time, that you don't need to go there, in a sense that there's actually the world is living, in a sense. There's NPCs there are that, you know, think individually, and you know, their factions and such, and you actually can not just become the career for these people, you can actually become the main big player for this whole thing.
Blankness.
Hey, blankness. Huh. Oh, hey, good to see you here as well. Very lovely indeed. Hopefully, what is the time for you? Let me actually know what time is for you. It's 11 p.m. here in Finland, I tell you. Now, let me actually do some settings here before we start and see how we can actually go forward. Hopefully, you're interested to see some weapon action here. Oh yeah, weapon action. And I tell you why. Well, I tell you. If you haven't seen...
Blankness. Wow,
that sounds great! Final Fantasy would be a good game to play, of course! Well, that's actually what I'm trying to do, but hey, the problem, of course, is I need to work hard to make it. there are many systems already in place, like the individual NPCs, their speaking systems to them and such.
Blankness.
In Texas, 3 p.m.
In most of Texas,
you're
it's 3:05.
I know. You're from the one who's in Texas. Yeah, very nice, very nice. I actually want to visit that at some point. It's they say it's a good times there, but I don't know. Is it right now a very good time to actually visit there? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, very good. Everything works. Let's get going. Indeed, indeed. But yeah, that's the thing. Final Fantasy will be a very interesting game, I think. But of course, there's going to be a lot of work still there. Whoa.
Yes, /
Yeah, I actually wanted to visit that place.
Blankness.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Whoa.
A lot of stuff is needed to be done. But as you can see, here is one we have. This is a battle testing arena thing. It's not something that you're going to be having in the game.
I would love to help with pixel art if
Hey,
needed.
crystal clear, I would actually be very happy for that if that's the case.
My area next
week. Can you do 8-bit pixel art that works? That would be wonderful. Do you have a crystal clear, like some kind of like a place I could check some works of you already that you have done? Let me know. Actually, I think you mentioned something like that earlier. But yes, of course, let's keep going. That would be interesting. Yes, we are doing some. I'm not the pixel artist here. I'm telling you, I'm not. But I just did like a simple weapon animation for this Dao sword, I suppose. Like this is kind of like how it looks. It's kind of very simple, and we're going to be doing them simple. But you are going to be seeing how they look in the game. Basically, they work like we have this thing I have, like very simple, but still. Yeah, I'm gonna be actually making bows and these sort of things. We shall see how that will work. But yeah, welcome in and let's start the process. So the next one we're actually going to be doing is, so if we have the Dao sword ready, I think I'm going to actually, changing the graphics on here. But yeah, it would be lovely to have some graphics help on that. I have actually 2 graphic people already, but of course, more the merrier, I suppose. Thing is, like I have this one that has done a lot of
Elias, I think we are breaking up.
Breaking up?
Blankness.
Breaking up?
Never mind.
What do you mean by breaking up? A sandstorm is coming to my area next week. A sandstorm? We don't have those in Finland.
Blankness.
Not at all, just the regular storms.
Also, did you hear that thing about the sandstorm?
What is about the sandstorm? Let me know. That sounds like a very, very serious matter, if you mentioned that. I don't know, of course. So next one is basically a weapon called... Yeah, in the server MERP, can you see my work?
And in my account on Piscal, my name is Ether2005.
I will check that out. I'll put that information on here, like you can see. I just put information here. I did some coding stuff on there, but that's the thing. Yeah, here we go. And let's put that off. And yeah, I will check out your work, of course. What is the MERP? What was the MERP again? I'm forgetting person, but you let me know. I will be checking that server out. I think I'm in there. I've just millions of these servers now. I get confused. Sorry about that. But hey, let's work now on the weapon side of things. So now you see some weapons we have on here.
Debris from the Sahara Desert is being swept westward and was picked up by hurricanes.
God
damn. It will form a sandstorm.
Man, it's interesting that, there's so much of the sand just travels so many miles. And it's because of the deserts there. If people would have not made it in a desert, it would be not like happening. I haven't put my work in the gallery in Pixel. Alright. Yeah, hey, let's keep contact and, let's work together. Let's do that. I tried to peanut butter first time in my life. Not gonna lie, not a big fan. Oh.
Not gonna lie, not a big fan.
No. I actually, have tried peanut butter. I actually have these memories from peanut butter when I was watching this.
I am gonna be hit on July the 2nd and 3rd.
Mitä? Joo, tulossa. Mun pitää striimata. Mä tuun myöhemmin. Yeah, basically some food. I'm not gonna eat food. Who needs food?
The crystal clear.
Dharmic project.
I only have my Domek project art there.
Alright. No worries. I'm gonna be checking out what we have there and see how it goes. So basically, idea is we're gonna be making a weapons. As you can see, I have already some weapons here. Basically, one of these is a wheel of irony. It's very ridiculous, kind of like a Kingdom Hearts weapon looking. Look at that. That's a sword. But basically, the whole thing is about, it's like, it has so many different parts, it basically hits many times when you hit with it. So you can actually have some crazy amount of hits with it. That's the thing.
Tip
That's
to get
the
next
thing, my
week a
friend.
video
And
for
I
every
tell
day
you,
from
16,
Fallacy.
I've tried peanut butter. I have these memories of like
streamlabs.com
looking this Donald Duck
/Fallacy.
cartoon with peanut butter in there. Like it was like in the show, it was said like, oh, peanut butter is this very tasty thing, and I was like, oh, it looks like something very tasty, and then I just like burned it and like, god damn. That was my childhood memory, yes. So I'm not a fan either, I tell you. So we're gonna be doing a wheel of irony. This is the weapon, and yeah, it's very nasty. It hits quite many times, and it is very. No, actually. I already mixed that with another weapon on there. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So this is actually a defensive, like a shield, kind of a sword, but at the same time, it if you hit it, like basically, it hurts you, sort of like. That's at least the plan. So let's do some things here, very basic stuff, but yeah, that's what we do here. So I'll go here.
Blankness.
I look at the sword template.
Whenever we want to combat our enemies, first and foremost we must start by understanding them rather than exaggerating their motives.
Indeed, you have to understand your enemy. You have to understand what you're fighting against.
That quote is from Final Fallacy.
Ah, is that from Final Fantasy? I think I haven't heard that. Are you doing? You say something else, I suppose. How do you know that it's from Final Fallacy? I suppose it could be something part of it. I tell you, because that is very much what Final Fallacy is about. There's going to be enemies, and it's not just like hack and slashing. Like it's just that is only the foremost kind of the option if necessary. Usually you are not supposed to really delve in at least that sort of thing at least right away, because there are other ways. You can intimidate people and such. You can basically talk them to stop and negotiate, bribe, all of these things. The thing is about battles that it actually is kind of takes a lot of resources.
Streamlabs.
Well, whatever.
Want to get free eluukkanen music?
Oh, weapon! It's a chance to backfire.
Oh,
my favorite. Of course. That's the thing. That's the thing.
https://
I love that sort of weapons myself. That's the thing.
16.
Now let's see how big of this sort of animation
with a
thing
chance
we have.
backfire. My favorite.
That's the thing. The idea of this weapon is basically it's kind of like you can use it as a defensive measure as
Blankness.
But
do you have an insomnia problem?
What are you talking about, my friend? Blank Magnus? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyhow, let me put this on here. Yes, indeed. Basically, only thing I have a problem is I just work very hard on many different things at the same time. Actually, I did many streams today, but not on my channel, for other channels. Like, I basically get paid by doing a few streams for one of my family channel, and it actually is quite a big channel in Finland, and it actually does really well right now. It got 2,000 live viewers in its channel, so actually it's doing very well. So I'm very happy to be part of that. That's the thing. But that's basically I've many things going on, so I can forget something.
Do you even know what insomnia is?
Yeah, basically some forgetfulness, that sort of thing. If I understand, I'm not from. Basically, I'm not from English country, so insomnia, I think that's kind of a forgetfulness.
16. You can't sleep yet.
Insomnia? I don't have that. If that's the case, I don't know. If that's the thing, I don't have that problem. No. Do you? Let me know. Like basically, insomnia is if that's the thing.
Insomnia means a sleep disorder in which you have trouble falling and /
Actually, I've never have had that. That's an interesting thing, because the thing is, so many people say like they cannot sleep and such, they need all these things to be able to sleep, and I am very good sleeper person. Like, I can sleep so easily, nothing can stop me if I just decide to go to sleep. Some people have problems on that. I do not have problems on that at all. That's the thing. That's a thing that just happens to be a case for me, but of course for different people it is different.
I was wondering.
No, of course. Why would you suggest that sort of thing? Do I seem like that sort of a person? I'm not sure. But if that's the case, I suppose.
The crystal clear. Oh, now it makes sense. Insomnia means they do not sleep in Mardek.
Yeah.
The crystal
Very so.
I am a light sleeper.
Light sleepers, sometimes people sleep lightly, sometimes not. I have this friend who sleeps like 3 hours a day, and still she's like okay. And I'm just like, man, I would be a zombie if that would be the case for me. I tell you, I would be a zombie. I would be a zombie. And I tell you, it would be true because I would not be able to focus on anything. I need sleep, I tell you.
Composers, writers, animators,
I noticed that I need to do some things on here. Basically,
HTTP
I need to do this simple animation and test them in the game and see how they work. If any weapon suggestions on how they look, let me know. Because of these things have started during times when it is late in Finland. That is very true. Yes, actually, very, very clever point. Because the thing is, it's I personally don't have that because it's not. I'm not like in northern Finland because of course there's a lot of sunny. I can understand why some people would have that, but I do not have that problem. But essentially, I can sleep in anywhere. I was in army. I was sleeping in a very bad like.
Only if I sleep 7 hours.
Only 7 hours. I could survive on that. Not far, but still, I can get like one. Yeah, zombie. It's what happens. That's the thing. That can happen. Thing is, I have some problems on.
Seriously, Elias.
Seriously?
You have 2 machines turned on.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. 2 machines? What do you say? But basically, I'm doing a weapon on here. Let me actually put it like this. Here we go. Look at that. So there's this sort of like a swing animation, phew, like that. And then let's see how that looks in the game. But let's save that and continue the process. I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend, but I suppose something. What I'm here doing is basically animations for this sword, and it's a. I want to have like a very different name. Usually there's like in video games, imagine swords. They're like of course Keyblade is a unique one, but then there's usually like a mithril sword.
What the world?
There's like a mithril sword, and then there's like sabers and all these things. I'm not a big fan of that. I tell you, not big fan of that whatsoever. I want to have some unique weapons. Indeed. Now let's save this and put it as a Tuhti. I think that's what's the name of it. No. Ah, the Wheel of Irony, indeed. And I think, it fits for the Wheel of Irony to actually hit yourself back if it does that. Indeed. Anyone here is familiar with the Lara Croft series? We're actually listening music from that currently here. Yes, indeed. You might not, you might be. Who knows? I'm not sure what you mean, blankness. There's 1 machine on and all is well. Now, let's continue the process. We have 5 viewers. If you're interested to see how the animations will start to work, let's start doing them. So basically, I'm going to be putting the name in here, in the data, Wheel of Irony. Let's put the down sword image like this. Here we go. Let's put it like this. Here we go. Now the next is we need to be putting the right type of sword, basically sword over here. Let's give it to our main character on here. Here we go. This basket-hilded sword. I think it's here we go. Wheel of Irony. And let's test it out. It might be bad, it might be good. Who knows? Let's get going, shall we? Indeed.
Blankness.
Do I hear
whole tigers in the background?
My computer is noisy. That's if you hear that, I suppose. Yeah, it's noisy one. I'm not a computer technician. I might have said a few times. That's the thing. Can someone put my sprite in a gallery?
My sprites in my gallery somehow.
I recommend actually to if like depending, are they very small pictures? I suppose you have to scale them bigger. Or do you have to like actually DeviantArt is a one that you could use? I think that works. Of course, there's a lot of furry things in there, but then I suppose it's a free hosting for your picture, so I suggest it could be something. Yes. So now I think I have the weapon. I have to just go into the equipment scene. Here we go. Yes, Wheel of Iron is there. Good. Now, one of the things I need to be putting my position front, because of course, otherwise things would be nasty. Here we go.
Blankness. Asterisk, shrug, asterisk.
I have not 2 computers. It's very half. I suppose the sound is very big. Yeah, personally, it's good to put your work in the gallery. Otherwise, people cannot very much watch them. But now, let's put it in here. Attack.
I don't know really, but I can screenshot all of them for you in Discord.
Nice. Very good. It works. I don't know, but I can screenshot them. Hey, we can even watch it on the streams, what your works are. If you are interested to, let people see that, of course. Up to you. Some people are very anxious to show their work. Indeed. Here we go. So he works them like, I don't know why he faces for some reason like backwards, but I suppose he does that.
Streamlabs.
Here we go.
Patrio Orchestra helps.
I think it explained the two mashing things. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You're confusing me. Is it your focus to confuse me? Well, you're kind of succeeded on
blankness.
Now, one of the things I'm going to be doing, let's go to the
I
skill
think
that is the
explains
sword.
the two
Let's go
machines
on
thing.
the weapons. Basically, the weapon has, every weapon has a skill connected to it. I'm going to be now putting the weapon skills for it. You know, of course, when you defend with the sword, it's going to be a different defend skill rather than with the fists. So if you do it with the fists, it can do certain things, and you get more evasion. You can basically like evade like better. And with the sword, I was thinking of some kind of a deflecting thing.
I wish I could, but my gallery can somehow only have 3 sprites.
I have no idea. I don't know how to... You know, of course, I have this painter from France called Aiko, who also does this sort of work as well. Like, and she has this her own like Wix site, like this own website that she has to put her gallery work in there. And I suppose that is also what you can do. Now, let us see how it works right now. So basically, the animation is placeholder, what it does. I think, you know, actually the weapon hits all right. Let me actually know what do you think about the weapon look. But basically, it's not like all the things here are not finished. Like the one thing I actually did last week was the animated background. Basically, I made those clouds move, but you know, in the screen they're basically not moving. But in our normal game, basically the clouds are moving, and then there's like weather effects and this sort of thing. Now, oh, I forgot to do one thing. Like, as you can see, my position is not there. I don't want to just use like a lot of time to run on the other side of the screen. That's the thing. In Final Fallacy, basically battles, you have like positions. You can be like front and center. It's like 2D positioning. It's not like 3D positioning. You don't get kind of like go everywhere. But basically, you can be a front or behind. That's basically what Final Fallacy is about. And let's now do a slashing skill. Here we go.
The crystal clear. Should I send them now?
Yeah, I suppose if you want to. Of course, up to you. Oh boy. But I have many sort of like childhood memories, and you know, 16 mentioned like peanut butter, and like there's all of these things like people say like I watch a lot of like cartoons younger, and like how things like I don't know. Memories are different. Memories are what you watch and what they affect you. They affect you. And I was, of course, as everyone is, like a stupid kid when I was younger. Now, you know, of course, the fire animation. Don't really look at the fire animation. That's from just the RPG Maker engine. Here we go. That's good. And there's some other things on the screen I'm going to be changing, like the hit counter thing. I basically haven't changed it at all from at all. So basically, let me see again. I think it does it. Basically, it's very simple because it has to work for all of the characters, not just the hunter character. It has to work with the witch, with the Ronin, with others as well.
If I had a 5-cent euro coin for every time I heard that, I'd have 4 euro cents.
Oh, what do you mean? Do you want that I was a stupid kid or something? I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what you said. But now let's continue the work. Basically, the weapons, not all of them are ready yet. We just have some swords ready. I'm going to be doing more on here. Of course, everybody has to have caliber. The only thing about caliber is that you can actually make it like these holy effects to them. So basically it deals more damage to unholy creatures and these sort of things. But of course you have to do some blessings on it first. That's the thing. Caliber is only a very normal weapon without that.
In US dollars, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd have 4 cents.
Well, that is quite something. That is quite something. Yes, the exchange value. Some people say that dollar is going to like lose a lot of value, and I have no idea. I have not really too much care on it. But you know, I like Finland used to have its own currency. I wish it would have still. You know, it would be cool, right? Markka, it's called. Yeah. Now let's continue the animation process on here. There are some other weapons I need to be putting in here. Indeed. The next one is Tuhti, which is like this, as you can see, very heavy weapon on here. Very heavy. It's like basically like a kind of like this hammer sword. Good evening, Elias. And basically, tuhti is this sort of like thing. It basically makes you staggered, and at the same time, it like you lose your balance and these sort of things. Sword possibly doesn't do that. Sword is much more like it hits you and that sort of thing. Hey, come see. Hello, how are you doing? We do some weapon things in here. Final Fallacy and all of these things. Let me know, crystal clear, when you have your thing ready. I will check those out. Those animations of yours. Hey,
Hi,
says Aiko. Indeed. How's your day, Aiko? It's actually talking about you, and about your painting processes just a moment ago. I mean, like, Crystal Clear talked about having a gallery for his work. And I mentioned that, some artists, they have these own websites and galleries, like you have like your Wix site. That mentioned you there. But now, let's get into the process. So basically, let's have this weapon in here. Let's delete let's put it like this. Here we go. Let's delete this from this side. Basically, we're going to be doing the same thing as just there, but of course making a different sort of white line in there. As you see, it's like the crystal it's clear. Not the most complicated. Hey, I'm checking it out. It's not like the most complicated thing in the whole world what we're doing here, but I tell you, it still looks good when all things are added in. I already had some projectiles added in. That's the thing. And I wanted to so much add some projectiles in this game, because otherwise, man, there's not really much to be added. That's the thing. Here we go. Let's put it like this. And let's make the end of there like a little bit like a hammer sort of fashion. It's like a little bit bigger, like this. This. There's going to be a big thunderstorms in here very soon in Finland. Like blank has meant something like sandstorm from Africa. I don't know about that. How's your
Elias.
Things in there?
Lopetamitatit. Haljita kawalate partti idolasti.
Lopeta mitä teet, hajita kirjaa lattapaatteet. I don't even know what you're saying. That's not proper Finnish, I tell you, my friend. I don't know what the lattapaatteiden. I don't know what that means. That's not Finnish. But I suppose that's something alasti, like take clothes or something. I don't know. I don't know. No idea. How's your day going, Ike? I've been working on some works. And yes, I haven't yet sent you the full version on the project we're actually working together right now. I will be sending that later to you, Aiko. I've been just, today was the last kind of this sunny, beautiful day in here, Finland, and I wanted to go to swimming. I swimmed at this big lake. I swimmed in the middle of it, and then I did some badminton with my brothers and my father. I was not very good at it, but still it was fun.
Last time, I grabbed out a translator.
Translator? It kind of was understandable, but the last part was like, what was even that? I don't know. Now, let's get on this picture again. This is our template, also, what we're using in here. Stop what you're doing! Haljita is crawling underneath your floorboards! What is Haljita?
Haljita is crawling underneath your floorboards.
What is Haljita? You're a confusing fellow, blank. Or it might be just I don't understand your cryptic messages. Might be that. Now, let me put the tuhti in here. Have you seen weapons made into animations, Aiko, before? Who knows? No worries, of course. Enjoy the sunny days. It's vital.
Enjoy the sunny days.
Of course.
It's vital. Winking, smiling.
Winking, and I tell you, it is. It's very important. Of course, you need to have that. Otherwise, what's the life really worth if you cannot enjoy a sunny day?
The crystal clear.
I tell you.
Do you have any cats?
Any cats? I don't have any cats. I have a dog. And it's not really like cats. They say they are like clever creatures, and they're very independent. And I cannot say that about my dog, but like my dog is very like this wild card, like and very I suppose like adventurous, like I suppose as a dog. A bit naive in some cases, but in a cute way.
Blankness.
Yes, cute way.
I thought you knew. A Haljita is a creature that is the Finnish equivalent of a troll or a gnome.
Haltia. That's not that. If you see Haltia, basically, let me write it down there. Haljita is something different.
Google translation is not very good. If you want to learn fish, you need books. You can't find them in France.
Haltia is basically like it can mean many different things, basically in Finnish. Like Haltia is the same word used about, you know, the elves in English culture.
Streamlabs.
Google translation is not the best way, I tell you. It has some kind of confusing thing, but now it's actually getting better.
To get always updated.
Hey, by the way, it has been pleasure, you know, I'm of course going to be continuing the animations process here. We have 4 people watching, hopefully you're enjoying the animation process.
Oh, a dog, I see. I accidentally wrote cats instead of pets.
Ah, yes, I have a core dog. Indeed. Doggy. Doggy. Doggies actually really lovely creatures, I tell you, but loyal and this sort of
Discord,
I like
community
that.
for musicians,
I like that very much. Now,
writers,
the process programs we have in
developers,
here is basically
writers, and more. http://bit.
Indeed, we have Discord, we have newsletter. Actually, I recommend to join our eluukkanen newsletter. In their tiny letter, there's the link in there. I recommend to join that because I can actually keep updated with you. I'm not very happy on the current times that I cannot keep updated with all of the people I know, which is a very sad thing. So of course,
next week a video for
I don't know why it's actually spammed those messages, but I suppose it does. Now, let's get going here. Some weapons on here. What sort of weapons you would like to see yourself in video games if somebody would ask from you? Because of course, in later on we're going to be doing some new weapons. We're already doing some weapons that we already have. Sacre bleu! That's French word from the internet.
French word from the internet.
Oh, secours! I think that's like a help me or something, like a help or something. I don't know. Help. Weapons are very precise. Thank you. I'm not the best when it comes to sprite art, but I suppose these will work at least in the early parts of the development things. Yes, indeed. As I say, I've a lot to learn. One of the things I have a lot to learn is kind of a more complicated sprite style. But I think, you know, with this sprite style, with Final Fallacy, I can do the weapons. Indeed. Also, I know the weapons are very simple in this game, but still
I read
quite
about
lovely.
Final Fallacy I like the sushi man, or it was maybe a sumo fighter.
Sushi man. There's actually 14 different classes there, I tell you. And Sushi Man is not one of them. But Sumo is the one that I think you're talking about.
A
sucker. Indeed. Now, the big thing on here is that we actually save the image on here. We're going to be saving it and putting it as the name suggested.
Blankness.
And that is going to be that. Iron Tufty. Indeed. Of course, we have to have our own weapons. Otherwise, there's no use of this. Iron.
Yes, Osikayus means help me.
Indeed, that's the thing. I know if I go to France, if things go well or badly, I can save myself. Very well indeed, Jelly Dog! Hey! Jelly Dog. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Now we're going to be doing some weapons here. And as it seems, it's kind of like this sort of like a putting weapon in, putting weapon out sort of fashion, as you can see, like putting weapon in. But it's what we need to do, you know. I'm going to be doing some other details with them later, as you can see. There's some stats in there, like this can basically, it basically can stun the enemy and that sort of thing. Enemies also have these weapons themselves, so that is an interesting fact. Hey, Jelly Duck, good to see you. How are you doing? And now, let's actually see the crystal clear's things on there. Actually go to the Discord and see what is that.
Jiliduck 100.
Hi!
Just recently uploaded my new video.
Very good. Let's go and check that out later on. Yes, indeed. Good job. Thank you for letting me know. It's good to inform people because otherwise, you know, you don't get those notifications recently. Not at all. But that's why I have the newsletter squad of eluukkanen. If somebody's part of that, you can have all the things.
Let me check it.
Ah, that's actually a very good looking thing. Hey, I like that. I like that very much. Here we go. Antidote, red potion. Yeah, but not bad. It gives 10 agility. Well, that's quite a lot of big boost, I tell you. In my game, if you had like 10 agility boost item, it would be like the God tier item or something like that. Yeah, God tier. God. Now let's go back to the game.
You have a softer option to ask for help. Silvus Plat.
S'il vous plaît, pouvez-vous m'aider? Please, can you help me? And the help me is kind of like I'm dying sort of thing. You know, that's the thing. And we are not having that. So now let's save this. Let's put it as weapon type sword. And Let's go back to the character. Yes. Sometimes my computer, it's like old internet. My head sometimes like. Now it works. Now let's press this and let's do some testing on the weapon and see how that looks. I'm going to be actually fixing one of the things in the sword animation.
The antidote will be in Leo's mod.
/ physical, indeed. I haven't yet changed animation. I have a one animator person, but I haven't yet taken him on the project because I need to have all of the other things. But indeed, the Leo's mod. Oh, very nice. Very good right on there. Well,
smiling face with
I suppose that was something.
Face with open
you're too kind, man. You're too kind. You know, you have to actually criticize me if I say some nasty things because I'm not the best when it comes to speaking all of the things I tell you. Now we have Tufty on here, and we're gonna be testing that out. Tufty, do your work. It actually should be a little bit downwards, I think, on there. Let me actually do a screen capture. I think I have taken out screen capture, seeing like the position it has. I think it's in the right position. The thing is, when you have changing weapons, it's very hard to make them precise. That's the thing.
PBSA.
PBSA! Hello there, we're doing some weapon animation thing on Final Fallacy. Yes, the biggest lie of them all. That's what they say, Final Fallacy. But it's not the lie, I tell you. It's the fallacy that every RPG is like the RPG. Some people buy this game, I tell you, they're going to buy this game, they're going to be like, okay, this is like every regular RPG, and then they're going to play that. What? My character died for good? No! And I'm kind of conflicted on that, of course. But you know, it's a one-time purchase game, so I suppose then I'm going to be like
100.
But I tell you, the story won't end when your character dies. That's the thing. Hello, PPSA. We have Jerry Duck, PPSA, Aiko, Crystal Clear, and others. Wonderful to have you here.
The Crystal Clear.
PBSA from Portugal. Indeed. How are you doing? Is it very apocalyptic feeling now, or is it actually a very lovely feeling summer? Like, basically, Blankness said that it's very like this sort of like
the biggest raspberry ever right now.
Actually, we don't have raspberries yet in the bushes. They're actually coming to the bushes, so I can't really blow them. I tell you, that's the problem. That's the problem. But yeah, and also I can destroy a city. Time to see the world.
Destroy a city. Time to see the world burn.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. It's going to be, of course, very hard, but you can do that. I want to actually see how people will do it in there. But I tell you, it's of course, it's law enforcement, all of these things. Challenges on. What are you talking about? Or do you think about the burning the world? Basically, you can do that, but it's not the easiest thing. I'm going to make sure of that. And the game is not like the cakewalk, like some of the RPGs they say they are. I think it works. I'm going to be keeping that. Like, of course, I could perfect it when it comes too close to a real release, but you know, we have to get going all the other weapons as well. That's the thing. So let's go.
Blankness.
Half time I have to tell you that blowing raspberry doesn't even real
blowing a raspberry does not even involve
real
raspberries.
Yeah. I know. You have said that million times. I don't know why. Like, what's your fixation with the raspberry thing?
Spells in this game.
There are spells in this game. There are 5 different elements according to the Wuxing principle of Chinese system. Basically, Wuxing is this sort of Chinese philosophy of spells. Basically, metal, fire, wood, earth, and metal, fire, wood, water, earth. Basically, those are the 5 elements.
The Crystal Clear.
I know you're from Finland.
Wait, when you die, Final Fallacy, you need to buy the game again, or do you just respawn to your checkpoint?
No. Okay. I might have confused people. So basically, the idea is that when you die in the game, it's like your character is like a rip in, rest in peace is one of your characters. This beautiful scene happens, and then you can decide whether you do like bury that character down, or leave it there, or like actually go back to your main city and bury your character to a cemetery. The idea is that your story still continues when your character dies. That's the thing. You're going to lose the character. you're going to lose all of their skills and such, but you're going to still have the experience. You can actually give that to other characters afterwards. So death is not in the end, but it's going to happen, and if it happens, you're going to lose something forever. That's the thing. There's only one item in the game that actually heals you from the death. Only one item. That's the thing. But you know me, funny able to access that. I remember you mentioned that. Frenzy flowing for raspberry. Yeah. I already blow around 25 grenades in the castle, destroy all of the complete one mission. What? World of Besiege? Is that a game? What is World of Besiege? Is that some kind of a game, or is that the Rome Doodle 2 you mentioned? I think they don't have grenades in them. Now, let's go to another weapon we have here. Classes. Yes, rapier is going to be an interesting one. Basically, it's not a slashing weapon, rapier. I think it's going to be like this sort of a choo-choo-choo. I'm going to make like a sort of fashion. So it's like a first hits, sort of fashion. So let's see, can we actually do that? It's going to be a little bit trickier than the last ones, but you know, rapier, we can do it. We can do it. Rapier is going to be this sort of like a kind of like a bleeding weapon type. Basically, like you have to.
Sorry, but I need to go.
You need to leave. Oh boy, oh boy. Hopefully you enjoyed your time here. And I can tell you, it's like almost midnight in here, but still, in midnight we're going to be having this outside like bath here in Finland, where I live. Like. It's not something that we usually do. But still.
Restream.io.
Bye, sleep well. What pleasure having you here. And yeah, let's work together with the sprite art and such. Let's do it, mate.
Chat.
I like your work. What do you have?
Bye,
Crystal.
Well.
We have so. I have to really say, we have very lovely people over here. Like saying hello, I'm goodbye. That's I have to really like. Say that's very kind.
Crystal clear.
That we need that.
You too, aka heavy black.
Yeah, this sort of outside bath, this sort of like, and it's kind of it's like there's this sort of oven. It basically warms it.
The crystal clear.
It actually is very nice. It's sort of like a blankness. It's like a wooden made of.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Bye, PBSA.
Crystal clear.
PBSA.
Blank.
See ya, man, Crystal. Hopefully we see you next time. Now, let's do rapier. I think people want to see that. How's that? Is it done? Actually, my question to you is like, if you have any weapon in the world, what is your favorite weapon? That is the question of today. So if you have ideas, let me know. So let's all get the rapier from here. Very simple.
is a game that you build a machine to complete a level.
Actually I've heard of that. Like I've heard of these games. I've never tried them.
You can just do a stupidly complex machine to do only one thing.
Yeah, I've seen actually very cool. So like, is just how does it work? Like in a sense, like do you build it? Like do you use like many hours just to build a machine, or do you like build it very quickly? Or how does it work? Now let's go and put the rapier in here. Like this. Let us put like it in 50%. Here we go. So basically it's just one pixel at a time. Yes, indeed, like this. Well. And let's now make it 3 times bigger than it usually is. Here we go. So it scales well. Yeah, that is how we do it. And let's put it on here. Indeed, Tushti is already kind of like done. We're gonna be putting them on like where's the animation? That I tell you, it sounds very lovely because the idea of the fact that when you like have this sort of like machine building
favorite
thing.
Weapon.
Favorite weapon.
That's
delicate. I like these sort of special weapons, like some people like, of course, fantasy weapons. They use like playing cards or like this sort of like a battle fan. Actually, battle fan is a real thing. I think it's dependent.
Maybe sneezing on people I don't like. No, I'm joking.
What was that disgusting noise?
Blankness.
I don't know. I was just
disgusting noise.
I don't know what was that. I was just like breathing some weird way.
PBSA.
Yeah, but now gladly it's over.
You can build one in 20 minutes or even less. But the greatest creators take months to create one. But
that game sounds very lovely. There's a lot of like streamers can do there. Like there's so many potential ways to build their machines. That's very cool. Like that is what I want with Final Fallacy. Like no adventure will be different. I want that people who play this game is going to be like, hey, did you hear what I did in Final Fallacy? Oh, what you did. So basically, I started in the main village, but then I decided to just murder everybody, and then I took the money of the mayor and just bought myself a boat and went away from the whole place. I never saved the princess, what is like the main first mission. I never saved her, and then I just went and like became a pirate. And that is what I want to really hear when people talk about their experiences with this game. Like, I want to have that, because if you don't have that, if you cannot destroy the main village you start from and become a pirate, then your game is not the good game.
Join a local Discord, a community for musicians.
Of course, it's going to be taking some complex time to do that.
Animators,
but, you know, I want to do
developers, writers, and more.
Yeah, it says about the eluukkasen community. I haven't been too much part of them, but I'm kind of ashamed of them. I should be there too much. Actually, more. Currently, I'm just like, this is my main job, so I need to be actually working on it every day. And that's the thing. And once I get actually this going much more, it's easier to actually start doing the eluukkasen Discord at the same time. But of course, if you're on Discord, come there.
You don't know the power of the dark
I know
side.
That quote, I tell you.
Blankness.
You don't.
That quote is from Star Wars.
Oh, let me actually try. You don't know the power of the dark side. I know nothing like Darth Vader, of course, but you know. Darth Vader design is very cool, I tell you. I think one of my favorite weapons, if I would say, is like there was this one game that you could actually use like a chair as your weapon. And, oh, congratulations! Yeah, I wanted to always have a chair as a weapon. It was this sort of Chinese game. I don't know. You know, it was this sort of like what was it? What was it again? But yeah, like you know, you could have, of course, like a flying sword. But who wants flying swords when you have a chair?
The shield is going to look a lot like the ones the Romans legionaries used.
Great job. Yeah, I'm not a voice actor, but actually it works.
Great job.
My kind of weapon is a shield, a long sword, but long enough to be called a long sword. The shield is going to look like a lot of like Roman legionnaires. Oh, so you can like bash people and like, yeah. Roman shields were interestingly designed.
Throwing my dirty clothes on my noisy
like,
neighbors.
Oh, you got them clothes. Take him off. Take him off. Yeah, there's this world's funniest battle scene. There's this parody police series, and it's all about like this sort of like funny moments, I suppose. But the whole thing is about it is that like there's a police and criminal. They're fighting like with all of the items, you know, not lethal items, but all of the items that they can find like in like water closet. Basically, all like they're throwing towels to each other, like, and they're just like oh no, toothbrush! Ah! And it's hard to explain to be fun, but I tell you, it's a really fun scene, and the music really works in there.
Blankness. I like some of those weapons seen in the Cactus McCoy series, like the Thorn Bomb.
Cactus McCoy, like Thorn Bomb. How does that work? I tell you, like dirty clothes, but I tell you, like the Roman, yeah, dirty clothes. Well, it's creative, I suppose. But like the Roman shield, there's this like a big ball-shaped thing in the middle of the shield, and it's used for bashing, and that's very clever, I think. And some of the shields made so that they're like the size that if you hit the weapon, sometimes the weapon could get stuck with that. So they they intentionally made so that the sides of the shields are very thin, so it gets stuck there.
But in TF2 there are players that would say their favorite melee weapon is the frying pan. The only difference from the stock weapons is that it makes a huge sound.
Bang! Yeah, I love that sort of weapon. Yeah, man. And you can actually cook at the same time. That's very
blankness.
I'm thinking of having that.
You just throw the bomb and a volley of thorns flies out after the original bomb is destroyed.
I like that. Yeah, some volley. Yeah, After Effect. Indeed, I like that. How weapon do that? That is how it works.
Shield that are as big as the soldier.
Yeah, this sort of like square shapes, like this sort of like very. I know this, but they have this sort of ball thing in the middle. They have that ball thing in the middle.
I was talking about the Thorn Bomb.
Might be talking about a different design, but I think they have. Well, let's see. I was talking about the Thorn Bomb. I have no idea how does that look, the Thorn Bomb. We can actually Google that very soon. But now let me do this one first. So basically, we're going to be having this sort of like. Basically, how this works, which is of course a rapier. A rapier works that you like do a lot of thrusting and this sort of like do this sort of like a wounds to the enemy. Of course, like these are like the realistic weapons in the game.
100.
And
Is there include run option?
There is a run option actually, and that's the thing that the running, as you can see, the battlefield. Let me actually, I did a screenshot just a moment ago. This is of course work in progress. I think like where do I have it? Like here we go. Here we go. This is of course work in progress, but this is the battlefield. So basically, the whole thing about the battlefield is that you can move like the main character like this, like do. Let me actually make it black, so like it gives this illusion, so he moves like.
Streamlabs.
Basically, he can move like
Tip
the whole
to get
battlefield.
Next week a video for everyday
And the idea is
community.
that if you try to run from this position, it's almost impossible. But if you run from this position, it's like 100% you can do that. The idea that when you have like you can die in the game, basically running is an option in this game. But of course, some conflicts you cannot run from easily. But if you get on this side of the field, it's basically like you can run away. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's a very interesting system. Usually RPGs there's is like, you know, if you have agility more you can run, but in this game if you are just you know, on the other corner of the map you can actually run away. That's the thing, and that is how it has to be. Now Thorn Bomb has a arena and is a white spikes and also bomb rope. Is it like this sort of, does it like high damage, or is it like a interrupting bomb or something? I don't know. Now let's go to the rapieros. Yes, here we go. Rapier is in here.
Blank.
Now let's do the rapier.
Did you hear the
like
description I put out? Jiliduck 100.
What description?
Oh, I see.
Thorn bomb, that's round
like
and green and
Final
white spikes,
Fantasy
and
at
also
the
bomb
moment.
romp. I see. It's kind of like Final Fantasy at the moment. What are you talking? Yeah,
Blank.
kinda, but at the
But
same
this is
time,
Final
no.
Fallacy.
Of course, Final Fallacy. Final Fallacy is his own thing, and I tell you, I have of course in that art style. It started from like from Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Those are the two ones.
Blankness.
But it's so different
It
now.
actually does do high damage.
It's very different. Like Final Fantasy is very much this game that, you know, there's a specific story. Always a specific story. In here though, it's open world sandbox. I think they haven't truly done that in Final Fantasy series.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Final Fallacy.
yeah. There's kind of like a wordplay there, but of course it's its original IP and such. All the original characters, all that stuff. Yeah.
Who here plays the Cactus McCoy games?
What is Cactus McCoy?
Blankness.
What is Cactus
Here
McCoy?
asterisk.
That sounds like some kind of like a desert adventure thing. Here we go. So we have some crafting animation on here. We have this sort of like a white spike on here, like this. I think the Final Fantasy 15 was like open world, but again, that was not a sandbox game. I tell you, that was not a sandbox game, and it has only one plot. You can only one way to go forward. And I have seen those games. I don't want to have more of those of game made, so I want to make something very different.
Your outdoor bath.
I will be there. I tell you how much we have been streaming now. 1 hour. I'm gonna be still doing from few minutes to do this rapier thing. I actually want to hear some your thoughts on the weapons and such on this game we have now. One of the things I want to actually ask you is the fact that if you want to have like a craziest weapon in the game, like someone Aiko said like dirty clothes or something like I suppose.
PBS.
But if you have any kind of ideas for a weapon, let me
multiplayer.
know.
Just putting this iFormacio here.
Oh, PBSA. Oh, that's lovely. So you can actually have like this sort of like a combat racing sort of fashion. Yeah. How much is it cost? I cannot too much spend money
Cactus
on money.
McCoy is a video game developed
right now,
by Flipfly Studios in the 2000s. A sequel was made in 2011.
You can play it on your PC. So how does it work? What makes the games very different? I mean, of course, games have to be different to stand out. Now we have the movement in here. Choo. Like this is the rapier, how it moves. It basically goes like this, sort of like a sort of fashion. Look at that. That is a weapon right there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. And let's see, is it like the right size? We go like a little bit backwards. Here we go. Let's actually listen a little bit more of the soundtrack as we still go. I think there's still how much music there is. Let's look. But yes, indeed, rapier. If you have any crazy weapon ideas, let me know. We could possibly implement those later. Of course, after the demo is going to have like the normal weapons. You know, if you consider a harp as a normal weapon, I suppose you could have that. Of course, there's a bard class in the game.
You can drop through platforms and juggle enemies.
You can drop through platforms and jungle enemies. Do you? That doesn't really tell me much. Is it a platformer? Is it a RPG? Is it a first-person shooter? How does it work? Now, my friends, let's do this. Let me save the item, and let's put it in the game and see how it looks, indeed. Iron Rapier. There's actually a system in the game that you can actually upgrade the weapons at the same time. You can make a golden weapon, you can make a bronze weapon. Of course, bronze is the most weakest one, but still. Maybe tear gas to protect myself from the bad guys. Tear gas is kind of like a modern weapon. If you get like a medieval sort of like counterpoint, it could work. Let me know. Let me know. Tear gas. I suppose you could have like some kind of like a spell, like a gas, like, you know, kind of like a mist, sort of like, yeah, it could be, could be. There's this one skill for Hunter that he basically builds a trap in front of him, and if an enemy hits him, basically like falls to the trap and like takes damage. That's the thing. Tear gas and tear gas launcher also. Oh, that's a coincidence. So that game also has that. It's $13. You mean about the?
With 50% discount until 9 of July. So now is
it a very system heavy? That's the main thing. My computer is a potato. I just played a few days ago with my friends, and my computer is potato machine. So if it works on low end machines, then I can get it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be saving that. But that sounds fun. Sounds fun at least. And yes, I possibly even in that case I won't purchase it, because the problem is I'm gonna be working high end, and I cannot really focus on newer games too much. Of course, if stream helps on that, I could do it. No, I cannot, of course, just ask all the time like, stream, throw me money. I cannot really do that. I have to work on my own. But I cannot do much of, unfortunately, purchase games, at least at the moment,
sequel uses the tear gas launcher.
Iron, here we go, let's save that. And now let me show how the weapon is added here. Very simple, still works. Now let me put a tooth to here. Of course, the skills are the same at the moment, but we're going to be changing them later on. We don't have time to really do the weapon changing for the skills of the item. Here we go. So we save that. Very good. We save that. Original Cactus McCoy uses a tear gas. The sequel uses tear gas launcher. Oh. So it's like this sort of modern, sort of like McCoy, sort of like you have this sort of McCoy sounds like a cowboy sort of fashion, I suppose. I haven't heard of that at all, actually. Let me actually search that online just right now. Let me do it. Here we go. McCoy! Cactus McCoy.
PBSA.
That's how
mine
it is.
Mine is a total potato and works well on mine. You just need to be careful to not use too many blocks. But you can also reduce the speed of the game in case you are using a huge machine.
So here's a sewing machine. Oh boy, oh boy. So that sort of game. There's a lot of like a cartoon violence in there. Oh boy. What makes this game good? Is it like hard, or what is it? Is it like fun, or what makes it good?
Blankness.
That's it, indeed.
He actually was a man at one point, but he turned into a cactus.
Oh boy, that's like that's not very nice.
That's it.
That's not very nice at all. Mine is a total potato and works well on mine. Just need to be careful not to use many blocks, and you can also reduce your speed of the game in case you're using huge machine. All right, good to know. So it could be playable. Yes. What was the game name again? Let me actually see. So the game name is... What was it?
Blankness.
PBSA Besiege. Yeah, I've seen some footage from it. I tell you, it is. Or do you mean the cactus game? I haven't seen that. What makes it fun? Is it the tight action? Some games are very quick in action. He turned into cactus because he stole Thorn Gem with a curse on it. Oh no! An ancient Aztec curse. Always the nastiest ones. You don't want to get those. You have to get a cactus curse. I cannot sleep on a couch or something like that. The couch will be ruined if I would be a cactus. That's the thing. Besiege, indeed. Now, let's go and see how the rapier works. Let's make it as a sword. And put it to our character. There we go. Now he can wear that. And let's go to the map against the dummy dolls. Indeed. The dummy dolls, for some reason, I actually, just today I noticed that they can actually evade, they could evade attacks, and of course they're like these dolls that do nothing, so I changed it that. That was really weird, like I was trying to hit a doll, basically, with a sword, and for some reason I like did all these evasion maneuvers. Now, let's press this. Here we go. Ah, I forgot. Yeah, the position, of course. There are some classes that actually can help with the positioning, especially the noble class, which is this sort of like a general sort of class that they give a lot of boost to the abilities and such. They're very helpful in many ways, and actually are liked by many of the social classes in the game. You know, of course, if you have a lord in the game, of course, criminals don't like them too much, but no, other creatures very much big fans. Now, we have rapier. Let's see, does it look alright? Kinda does it.
Join eluukkanen Discord, a community for musicians,
it's the other,
composers,
it should be
writers,
like this sort of like
animators, developers, writers, and more.
I see. There's another way to actually change it a little bit. There's a way to change it. I don't know what your thoughts on the animations, but of course, as there are many weapons, it has to be like they're very simplistic, because otherwise I would be taking millions of years to make a weapon animation. But yeah, different weapons have different animations. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Streamlabs.
That's the thing.
Tip to get next week a video.
I'm going to be changing still animation thing on it a little bit, but then we of course going to continue forward. Indeed, tipping is always helpful. I can actually I already met a goal of with the tipping because of the original OG and Jelly Duck. We have a video coming every day. Unfortunately, of course, it's midnight here in Finland. I'm going to be doing, after I come from the bus to, basically I'm going to be putting another video of music video there. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing you there and hopefully enjoy that. But now, let me still put this whole thing together. So basically we have like a walking stick. Let's put the struts from the walking stick. Walking stick is actually very useful as it's not as a weapon, but when you walk, basically you lose less stamina when walking. Actually you don't lose at all, so it's actually very useful to outside of the battle. It's very useful to wear on you. Yeah, usually very good to wear on. Yeah. So now we have the thrust. I'm going to be seeing how that works.
PBSA.
12 a.m.
Move a few pixels forward when the white pixels appear to look like it did a thrust attack.
I suppose we could do 100. That. Let's see how we could do
12 a.m.
I'm going to be still checking out could this thrust animation fix it.
22 p.m. here.
Yeah, we have same time Jelly Duck on where. Yeah. That's quite lovely. You know, when you live in Kuwait and I live in Finland, but still the same time zone, mate. Same time zone.
100.
Oh wow, PBSA.
PBSA. ACOC.
PBSA.
We are vampires.
Could be doing vampires. I'm very much against vampires on many fronts. You know, giving my blood to someone, I'm not very big fan of that. But no. One of the things I'm going to be actually saying that in Fallacy you can actually be a vampire, and they are very hated creatures, I tell you, because of course sucking blood from someone is not something that people really
blankness.
Like. Popoka is my name, and I was cursed by the sacred thought.
The curse will continue until it is home.
Oh boy.
Blankness.
From human to cactus and fan stone,
is my name, and I too was cursed by the sacred thorned emerald.
God damn thorn emerald.
Blankness.
You must hurry, McCoy! Good luck!
That path to the next piece of map, which will lead you to the jewel's
So maybe I get a
home.
good sort of idea on
Blankness.
I think I'm actually going to be changing that to the back one, the same one that we already had in there. I'm actually putting it in the same. Thrust away. Let's actually see what. So basically, it could move a little bit forward when the white appears. It has that, but I suppose we could actually make it a much more visible sort of forward.
PBSA.
I suppose. Yeah.
Portugal is in the same time zone as London, except the islands. Those are 1 hour behind. So in Madeira and Azores is 21 p.m.
I see. So there's like something. There's a difference in there.
ACOC.
Yeah, I like that.
We just can't.
London. I've been in London one time in my life.
Through the mirror.
I suppose we could. Oh, what do you say? We could just fly. Can be stuck on blood. We can see an image in the mirror. Oh, Aiko, are you a vampire? God damn. God damn. Is this not Twilight?
More videos.
I've never really understood Twilight too much.
https://www.patreon.com/.
Have you watched too much of Twilight? Just kidding. But I tell you, it's like I hated when the Twilight was like the biggest thing. I don't know. It was just like everybody was like, Twilight. I was like very young, of course, in that time. But I remember like all the girls like, Twilight. What will happen to the Twilight? Yeah. Of course.
PBSA.
Of course. Also, Madeira means wood. Oh.
So we have an archipelago that is called Wood and Azores. The Portuguese write it like this.
That's very cool. So you have like a place called Wood, like a boo tree. Like, well, very cool, very cool. Very cool. We don't have it like that in Finland. So that's quite something. Yeah. Let me see. Does it now look better in there? I think I did save it though. Did I save it? I don't know. Yeah, battle goes on. Dummy, you're gonna not win.
No, Elias. I'm a witch.
You're a witch. There's actually a class of witch in the game. Let me actually show you, as you just mentioned. Yeah, we have a witch character in here. Witch, look at that. That's your witch. I haven't yet worked on here too much, but witch is very terrifying creature actually. Yeah, look at that. That's like very classic witch look, and that's why I wanted to have that. But that is our witch character on the game. Oh boy, you're gonna want to have to play with her or
blank
him,
blankness.
I suppose.
And I'm a warlock.
Warlock.
JK.
We don't have warlock, but a sorcerer we do have. Warlock is a combination class here. If you get a certain criteria, you are going to become a warlock. Basically, that's the thing. Of course, getting a very interesting bonus, but it's not the class you begin with. That's the thing. Now, the idea is that I'm very happy with the result of what we had in here. Not at all. So let me actually say
PBSA. We also have a place called Fail, if I think would sound like fail.
Fail!
Streamlabs.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Music.
You live in your life is a failure. You could always say to those people. Of course, that's a bit mean, but still. And I tell you, anyone here who hasn't been yet on eluukkanen email club, I recommend you join from that tiny letter later, because the thing is, I can actually keep contact with you. I'm not sending just like only one email per week, but still I can keep contact to you. Sometimes it doesn't. It's possible. That's the thing. I'm away.
Which Salem?
God damn Salem. God damn. Hopefully you're not doing all the things I've actually read about witches. Because actually, some witches actually are very nasty. I tell you. In real life, of course. It didn't hurt it. Didn't hurt it. For some reason it didn't hurt the creature. Why? I suppose I need to be doing some drastic changes in here. I don't like how close it so much. I don't like it. Actually take it a little far back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Here we go. God damn! The witch in this game is basically like it's a hard character to use. Basically, you have to use all the like your health as the basis of using doing skills. Basically, your own life force. Other characters use like these spirit points, basically MP from other games. But witches have to use their health, so it's kind of very dangerous for them. Yeah. Very dangerous. Now, let's go here and see, does the rapier now look better? Here we go! Something is wrong with it. I think something is wrong. I think it doesn't change. That's the thing. That's the thing. Let me save it as Iron Rapier.
Blankness. Can you please try to animate a cat o' nine tails?
Cat o' nine tails? What's that?
No, I'm a benevolent one. Winky face. Yes, there were many Salem witches.
They are like actually in
blankness.
I think, you know, them can be.
That is also another weapon of my favorite from the Cactus McCoy series.
Oh, that is? That is? Can you animate a cat or 9 tails? Basically, let's see. Can we find that in here? If we just Google it. Sometimes they have that. Sometimes they don't. So, like that sort of weapon, I suppose. There's a lot of different weapons in there. Cat or nail. Oh, this sort of like, oh, it's kind of like a whip. Whip sort of thing. Jelly Duck, I need to go. Doing the panel live stream. Have a nice day. Hey, Jelly Duck. Thanks for being. I'm going to be quitting myself very soon as well. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's a pleasure.
Just thinking of
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Welcome to Fail.
Much appreciated.
Fail.
Welcome to Fail. I read many witch stories when I was a kid, little girl.
More.
Yeah, I remember you had this painting of witches
I
when
read
we were
many
young.
witch
I remember you
stories
showed
for
them.
kids when I was a little girl.
Yes, indeed. No,
Blankness.
irony. So
The
basically,
Cat O' Nine Tails is from Cactus McCoy.
yeah, that's it. Oh yeah.
Yes, that's it.
So like, what is its speciality? This sort of whip thing. We have whips in, of course, Final Fallacy, but it's more like it actually angers the enemy. That's the thing. Whip isn't that big damage dealer.
By Jellyduck X.
By Jellyduck, you can actually use it to many things. But the whip is basically like, it basically agitates the opponent. So if you want to get a lot of attention from the opponent, actually draw attention from others, a whip is a way to do it. Of course, it doesn't do, and it can, you can actually hit many times with it at the same time. That's the thing. That's the thing.
/Iluki.
Witch stories. Yes, what sort of witch stories did you read? I suppose there were some oriented ones.
Try to play Cactus McCoy. It might help you some.
Is it a free game? Like as I said, I am only unfortunately taking free games, at least right now. Yeah. Welcome to Fail. Oh, I didn't actually watch the animation. Let me just see that. Let me see that. I suppose I should, like, I'm going to be actually making it complex because I want the character to go forward at the same time. But I cannot actually do it very quickly, so I have to actually use some time for that. But hey, I'm going to be doing that. So we have some weapons now in the game, animated. Basically, let's look at those. We have Basket Leader Sword, Dao Sword, Wheel of Irony, Tuhti, and Rapier. All of the very different weapons, as you see. Dao Sword is, of course, of its own kind. All do very different things, but we have some weapons here, of course, have to still work on all of the animations. There's some animations I've already done for the down ones here, but you can see some glimpse of the weapons. First time glimpse.
9 tails. Have 20 base damage.
20 base damage! 20 is actually very big in Final Fantasy, I tell you. 20 is very big in Final Fantasy. But hey, thank you, my friends, for coming here on eluukkanen stream on this weapon live stream. You saw how I put weapons in the game, and I tell you, it was a pleasure to have you on. Hopefully, you got some feedback. I got actually some feedback on the weapons. I'm very happy on that. I actually know that witch thing
is free to play.
I can actually do that.
You need to play it on the Fly Studios website.
It's a Flash game? Let me know.
Basically,
you saw some first look on the weapons. Going to be showing later on more process when we do more. It was a pleasure having you. Now, what I'm going to be doing is going to outside bath, enjoy my time, eating something. Hopefully you're going to do the same, because of course night is here and it's good to of course sleep, but sometimes relax. It's summertime. It's summertime indeed. My brother reads some series several times. Actually, this is more like girls than boys. I read Melusian comic series, which I love. Yeah, of course, it's kind of a girl-oriented series, like My Little Pony. But still, in My Little Pony, there's like a lot of dudes for some reason looking at.
In case of which stories of
Portugal, there are more stories about enhanced more.
Mainly princess.
Actually, next time, hey, PBSA, I want to hear those folk stories. Like, you mean like folk stories. That actually inspires a lot from making the stories for the game. So, if you have any stories later on when we do more streams on the... If you still come the next time, about Portugal folk stories, I want to hear those.
I hope that it survives the Flash shutdown and that the website will just stop asking you to enable Flash.
I suppose if it says enable Flash, I suppose you have to. Unfortunately, Flash is gone. Sorry, if it might die. But they like Mardek, they might actually recreate it. Who knows? Who sees? I can try it out. I can try it out. Hey, thanks for coming. Next time on eluukkanen, we're going to be doing more videos here. Of course, music and Final Fantasy development. Of course, you're going to be having a first peek on this game. And it's going to be very special, I tell you. A very special little case. You saw the classes, you saw the weapons, only swords. But there's a lot more in there. Spell books, tomes, even slingshots, playing cards, all of this good stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Thanks for being here, Blankness, PBSA icon, all this. I wish you a good day. See you later. And good night. Wherever you are, whoever you are. I wish you a good time.
If I remember, I will tell
some. I will remind you if I remember myself. I have not the best memory in there. But hey, good to see you. All the best.